India has great ambitions in space. Today we have over 50 satellites. We've had more than 100 launches, and we have great plans. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given India a roadmap to go up to 2040, 2047. Gaganyaan, followed by Bharatiya Antariksh Station, whose model you see here, and then landing an Indian on the moon by 2047. Who better to tell us about India's roadmap than Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, who flew to space in 1984 on a Russian mission. And he called India, what did you call India, sir, from there?
Same, which even today it is, Saare Jahan Se Achha.
It is still Saare Jahan Se Achha?
Absolutely.
And
It's going to get even better.
Lovely. He called it Saare Jahan Se Achha when Prime Minister Indira Gandhi asked him, and he still thinks so. So, about the human space flight program, we have first the development of Gaganyaan, which is happening. You have been involved with it. How is the development happening? Is it keeping good pace with technology?
Oh yes, indeed. It's very current from the technology standpoint. And so many inputs have already come in. And that is why I think we'll make sure that it's going to keep improving. And all of whatever we've learned from wherever we get the gyan is going to be utilized, and which is all to the good.
So, Gaganyaan, in your opinion, progressing well, step by step,
Yes.
slowly but steadily?
Certainly, that's the way to go, because we are opening the envelope, and that's how testing is done. Yes.
You were trained in Russia. You've interacted with our 4 astronaut designates. Is the training up to the mark?
You see, they've had the same kind of training before they started in Bangalore. So therefore, I would say they'd be better prepared, because they've learned the basics in Moscow at the Yuri Gagarin Space Center.
That's where you trained.
That's where I trained. This is the one, huh?
Lovely.
Yeah.
You can show it. That's the Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yes.
What proud moment. I've seen your picture there.
Yeah, so now that they are back, they are training on the vehicle which they will be going up in from Sriharikota. So that's the part of the training they are now busy with. In between, of course, Shubhanshu has gone to the US to get an insight onto how systems work on the International Space Station. And that information will be utilized in the Bharatiya
Antariksh Station.
Antariksh Station.
And we have 5 modules, and by 2028 we may have the first module in space.
Yep.
And we also have right behind us the new generation launch vehicle,
Yes,
what we
exactly.
did, a heavy lift launcher which ISRO is making.
Yes.
So beyond Gaganyaan, now you have the Bharatiya Antariksh Station. How best would be able to utilize the Bharatiya Antariksh Station?
Oh, I think we're going to utilize it differently. Most of the research is going to be for the benefit of humankind, because that is our cultural ethos, which is what was announced, in fact, in GLEX by Shri Jitendra Singh, as well as the message which the Prime Minister gave to the conclave. So we are different. I mean, ours is always an inclusive model. So whatever we learn in space, the fruits of that will be shared with to begin with the southern nations, and then hopefully after that with all of humanity.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Yes, the world is one family. That's who we are.
And you have also talked about space as a peace sport. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I believe that we are good as to wage peace offensives, because there's enough and more violence already on our planet. So I think that's where we should go ahead and plan. And the way to plan that really is that nobody should want anything. Space belongs to all humanity. That is what the United Nations has said. And we are going to make sure that it happens. That's why India needs to be a part of the space law and global space policy to realize this vision.
Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has cleared a roadmap till 2040 which is to send an Indian on the moon on an Indian rocket from Indian soil. Is that exciting?
Yes, it's exciting. Although it's already been done, like I said, ISRO tends to do things its own way. So what is going to be the end use, how we are going to utilize what we get out there, that is going to be different. And one looks forward to that. We've never been in competition with anybody. We are, seeking success with the template which is our own, which has been very successful thus far. So it's a tough ask, but it's doable, and I'm confident that ISRO in India will do it.
You have faith in the Indian Space Research Organization that they would be able to deliver this extended roadmap?
Yes, I do, because now I've had the chance of seeing ISRO from inside. I certainly do.
What were the kind of experiments you did when you went into space?
Oh, those were all in the scientific domain. There was biomedicine, there was material science, there was earth resources. That's what was topical in that time. Now, of course, it will move up another level. Probably biotechnology will get. Yes.
And you also did yoga there?
Yes, I did.
You enjoyed it?
Not very much, because it's difficult to balance yourself there. So did not realize the exact aims which we had. It's difficult because the first time we were trying the harness, which was not perfect, I would say, but we've learned from that. And if there's going to be further experiments in that area, I'm sure we'll have a better restraint system.
What are the other things which excite you about the Indian space program?
The potential to write policy, the change which the world needs, and I think we can drive that change, and that's what excites me. The potential of India doing things differently and India influencing space policy for the years to come. That's exciting for me.
Is 40 years too long a time to wait to have a second Gaganyaan in space?
Yeah, I think it's 41 years too late. Yes.
But we might have now sooner, because we have our own program, so we don't need to wait.
Indeed. So this is the time for the younger generation to be excited about. We are going to have more frequent flights, for which you need many more space professionals who are going to be operating in that domain. It's very exciting times now.
While we do the interview, we have a lot of youngsters around us. Any message for the youngsters who may want to become India's astronauts in coming times?
Well, the message is that the world is open to you, science is open to you, you have a new place to practice your passions. If you are a researcher, if you are, you've got enough time, to look ahead and contribute not only to space science, contribute to India, so that India, which has a different model, which is all inclusive, you will be working not only for India, but for all of humanity.
Looking forward to a developed India by 2047?
Everybody is, and I am part of everybody, yes.
You had fun while you were in space?
Of course I did. That's attitudinal.
And what is the best moment you have from your ride?
Well, from my ride, it was watching the sunrise and the sunset and watching the Earth from space and realizing how fragile our environment is. And that is why it's become one of my interests to talk about that.
Can you repeat for us the famous phrase once more? We will never let you go without that. Life is...
What is there to... I mean, I just stated the truth as to how our beautiful country looks even more beautiful because you're seeing most of it at one time, whether it is the color, whether it is the texture of... We have everything.
Please.
We have got coastlines, we've got plateaus, we've got deserts, we've got tropical forests, we've got mountains. There's nothing that we don't have. We just got to make sure that we look after this part of the Earth so that we can be an example to the rest of the world as to how we need sustainable efforts so that we can stay on our planet for as long as we want to. Otherwise, we have a problem. We don't have any other place to go to right now. Though we are going to the moon, but to settle there is going to take a long, long time, in my opinion.
What did you say that? I want to end with that.
What did I say?
What did you tell Mrs. Gandhi when she asked you?
Well, I just told you.
No, you used that beautiful, beautiful phrase.
That wasn't mine. That was Muhammad Iqbal's phrase, which I borrowed, which was Saare Jahan Se Achha, which is the only way to describe India. Really, yes.
Thanks a lot, Rakesh.
You're welcome, sir.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
There is so much to learn from you.
No,
You
sir.
are our role model. You are our hero. And
Thank
now
you.
we have a big program coming from ISRO, and I'm sure India will do well. You and I may not be there to report everything and see it, but we will see India prosper and do well.
Certainly, we will.
So that was cosmonaut, astronaut, Gaganyatri, Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma telling us about the excitement of space. He also wishes India's second Gaganyatri well. He always says, India looks beautiful. So I will also end with that. Saare Jahan Se Achha, Hindustan Hamara. With camera person Xavier Thomas in New Delhi, Pallava, Bagla for NDTV.